Stars of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Big ups, how you doing? Happy Thursday, almost to the weekend, almost time to, I was gonna make a physical gesture, but you know what I mean when I say tap into some Ange ball. Can't wait to get my dose. I hope you're looking forward to it as well. Good evening, welcome, episode number 51 here of the Untitled series. How are y'all doing? See quite a few. I want to say shout out, first and foremost, to Shelfside Spurs show. They went ahead and redirected, even though I wasn't going to be live by the time that they were done. So I want to say special shout out to one of the most unique Spurs. I don't even know if you can call it a Spurs experience, but if you like out of bounds a little bit, maybe illegal hands, go check them out. Love those guys over there at Shelfside Spurs. I can't say it without whistling on the Dixies because honestly, quite a fun show over there. But big ups, how are we doing? Thursday, just past 3 in the afternoon, or it could be Friday if you're in Australia. Shout out to anybody in Australia. Sorry about the change-a-roos on the times. I did an early show yesterday, and then the day before that I did a different. I've been fumbling, y'all, but real life has been calling, so I can't not pick up the phone when they come calling. You know what I mean? But how are we all doing? I'm still sipping out the Ange Cup, in case you were wondering. I am still sipping out the Ange Cup. Cheers to anyone out there still sipping away like I am. How are we doing? Got a few things I want to talk about. First and foremost, as you can see in the thumbnail, I want to talk a little bit about KULUSEVSKI. Is he being slept on? Am I sleeping on KULUSEVSKI? Not in the literal sense, but do I not rate him high enough? Is he showing enough? You know, I've heard some other people, they make arguments for him, and myself personally, I get very aggravated when I see him play sometimes, and I don't like that because that's usually a sign that something's not going right. I don't dislike the guy by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. Do I not like the guy? Very young, I would say, I know people hate the word ceiling, but I would say he's got a relatively high ceiling, considering what we saw from him. He's one of those players I want to prove me wrong. I want to wake up and open my eyes and see the KULUSEVSKI that I think everybody else sees. Same thing with Brian Hill, but that's another story. We will talk about KULUSEVSKI. I want to know where y'all's thoughts are. I do have the poll going. 35 votes, 21 likes. Please do hit that like while you come on in for Thursday evening, whatever it may be for you. Hopefully it finds you well. This show finds you. Who got first place today? It was a YouTube chat member nonetheless. Chris Peters. Evening, Jacob. Looking forward to a chill after the madness that is Rez at Shelfside Spurs show. See, I still had to do the whistle and dixies. I didn't mean to. In Decky we trust, says Caveman. Maybe Caveman, I have seen you in here, and you have been tooting the horn of KULUSEVSKI. There's quite a few people that still do. I'm not saying he's not at the Richarlison level for me yet, which is the I don't think you should start level. He's still in the please prove it to me, or else you're going to end up there, and that's just my personal preference. So for whatever that's worth. But big up Caveman, and big up. He also goes on to say, this is probably the first time in a while I felt it was hard to decide what I want on the back of my next shirt. From the sales roll around, Madison or Basuma are my top two choices. Basuma is closer. I've got Basuma last year, so otherwise I would have done Basuma again. I do got the 38 Basuma, but what I will say is I've decided I'm going to get Romero. I want to get the away kit with Romero. I think it'll be a very classy kit going forward. Big up Alan. I don't know what this means or who you're talking about, but big up Alan. Hi all, big up. Hi Roy, how you doing? Big up Roy, how you doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna read about the poll. What are your thoughts on KULUSEVSKI? So far, the vibe in the room, 38% says he is slept on and will come good. Another 33% goes on to say no doubt he will be fantastic for us. So it looks like I'm the one sleeping. This may be something that I get potentially mudded for. Yes, Chewy's here today. He did check in for the show. For those of you who are wondering, he did check in. He will be participating in the show. Zapur, big up. Another YouTube chat member checking in, says, hey everyone, Adrian Schrock is in the house. Good evening. Shirley, calling me Shirley already, but Shirley, don't do it again, Adrian. Hey, Hansi G, time to play some Ange ball. Non-alcoholic beer talk says, where's the gonna lose his job to Brennan Johnson option? That would have been a great option, beer talk. That would have been a great option. I'd maybe missed the ball there. But maybe Brennan, I've seen predictions saying Brennan Johnson's going to be on the left. So he's going to be taking Solomon's position. I've seen that, but who knows what Ainge is going to do? I certainly don't. That's kind of the fun and the mystery, right? Woodsy, hey everybody. Big up Woodsy. How you doing, Woodsy? Hope you're keeping well. Oi, oi, Jacob. Big up JJ. Big up JJ in the house. Terry Windows. Good evening, one and all. Good evening, Terry Windows. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for being a YouTube chat member. Phil P, all aboard the Ange Express. Woo! Probably shouldn't do that too loud. My son's trying to go to sleep, but there we are. Hansi G in the house. 6:35 a.m. Australia. Big up Hansi G. Up early, bright and early. I don't even know if the sun's risen yet. Sai Danza, hi Jacob and everyone in the chat. Hello, Sai Danza. Hope you're well. Beer talk, he is solid, but I want to see more. And I'm assuming you're talking about Kulusevski. I definitely want to see more. We saw some good stuff. Like, he's been good at times, but more often than not, he's been not good, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. JJ, he will improve as we go on, I think. And that's my hope, that as we continue to play this Ange ball and we continue to, you know, see everybody step up, quite frankly. I think, I hope anyway, because there is a few things I did want to talk about in regards to that. But first and foremost, it's not a guest, but I did want to share this because it's pretty exciting stuff. Check out who was in training today. If you didn't see, a lot of people did see. Yes, he is there, right above my head. Mr. BENTANCUR, the one and only Rodrigo. How you doing? He's out there. He was kicking the ball, cutting, juking. Very nice to see. Absolutely thrilled to see that man out there. It's interesting what's going to happen. Either he's going to take Papa Montesar's position, or he's going to... What do you think? Is he going to ride the bench? I don't know. I think he's still a little bit away from coming back. He is a little bit away from coming back. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick. Alan Bennett, Kulu, come for him. Stick on to Dyer. I don't know what that means, Alan. Are you okay? Yeah, there's two comments you've had today, Alan. I don't know what you're saying. Maybe I'm not reading comments well today. I don't know. Yes, you are sleeping on Kulu. He will prove you wrong, says James Paratrooper. Big up James, the Paratrooper. Adrian Shroka, Spurs shelf side is pure boys locker room. There's a few girls in there too. Let's not shun them out. It's all inclusive, baby. Yosarian is in the house. Good morning, Jacob, and all of you United Spurs. Happy Friday here. Looking forward to watching the game at 12:01 Sunday morning. Peace and love and Ange we trust. Come on, you Spurs. Ad infinitum. Infinitum. Is that how you say that word? Infinitum. Dub Shaman, yo, Jacob, chilled, immaculate vibe. Big up, Dub Shaman. Hope you're keeping well. Mr. K is in the house. Hi, everyone. Hello, Mr. K. How you doing? Do you think we see Brendan Johnson on Saturday? I don't think he starts. I think it's a little, but what do I know? I didn't think Van de Veen would start, and he had like what? How many sessions with the first team? And he started? I think it was like 3. He very well could. I don't know. Chris Peters says the wings have a lot of depth depending on the game. I would agree with that. Perisic, Solomon, Kulusevski, Brendan Johnson. Is there someone I'm missing? Feels like there's someone I might be missing. Big up Grant in the house. Evening all. Looking forward to my first trip of the season to White Hart Lane on Saturday. Big up Grant. Going to Grant. I don't know why I messed up saying your name right there. But big up Grant. Hope you're keeping well. Enjoy that. And congratulations. Enjoy your first trip to White Hart Lane on Saturday. Hopefully we get the dub for you and many more fans as well, because honestly, what a way to be if it was your first match and we go ahead and get the dub, the 3 points. That'd be absolutely immaculate vibes all around. Let me take a second. There's over 70 of y'all here to say I appreciate you. Numbers going up, numbers going down, doesn't really matter, but I want to say to everyone who is here right now listening to this that I appreciate you, whether you're watching live or on playback. I just want to say one time for the one times that I absolutely appreciate you, because there's anywhere in the world that you could be. You chose to be right here on United Spurs of America, chatting it up, Tottenham Hotspur with me. So, and you never know. It could just be me. It could be some guests. I kind of keep the randomness to be random, and we shall see. But big up Grant, first and foremost. Well, secondly, because I guess first and foremost, I did say big up to everybody being here. But secondly, Grant, enjoy that. Have a great time. Hopefully we get the 3 points in incredible fashion. Donovan in the house just killed a 6-egg 2-meat omelet. Bulk season. That sounds like a yum hefty little breakfast or lunch. Don't really know what time it is there for you, Donovan. Zapur in the house. Big up Zapur. Pretty sure Kulu won't be any better than whatever he's already shown us, which is fine. I generally start him more than most, but think he'll lose his starting job every now and then. I think that's fair. I think everyone should be expected to potentially lose your starting position every now and then, right? That's kind of what we wanted to see. We didn't see that on Antonio Conte, and that was a huge kerfluffle, so to speak. Big up Bobby K. Says, big up Jacob and everyone in the chat. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Bobby K. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Zapur says, Kulu is hot and okay, rather than hot and cold. He's solid. So maybe I'm sleeping. It sounds like I am sleeping, and all of y'all got your third eye, your KULUSEVSKI eye open, and I guess I don't. That's okay. I just want to be proven wrong. I want him to come in and start doing fantastic things like he's doing. You know, some people, I do want to look at his numbers. I do want to look at his heat map and see kind of where he's been operating, because let's refresh ourselves. We do play on Saturday, but it's been what feels like forever. I know it's what 2 weeks, but it feels like forever since we've seen Ange ball. But you know, KULUSEVSKI, I said the same thing about him I remember saying about Son, which was, you know, before the Burnley game, which they were showing steady increases in each match. I think each match they were better than the last, and hopefully that leads to what it led for Sonny, which was an outpouring of class. I want to see that again, but from KULUSEVSKI as well. I want Kulu to join and get in the pool as well. I want him to get wet with it and drop some goals, drop some assists. I know he's had, I don't know if he got credited for that one. He swung into the box. I can't remember when it was. He swung it into the box and it kind of like fell to somebody who just smashed it in. I can't even remember who scored that goal. Feels like forever, y'all. Why has it been so long since we've seen some ANGE POSTECOGLOU? Ryman Son, big up. In the house, Ryman Son, big up. BENTANCUR, let's go. Absolutely, JJ. I'm ecstatic. I want to see some more. Big up Mark Cousins in the house. Woodsy says, Kulu seemed to play so much better with BENTANCUR in the team. That Juve link up, perhaps. Perhaps it was. Woodsy TV, shout out to you. Big up for being a YouTube chat member. Appreciate you. It's El Paso time. Respect Jacob and everyone here from the mothership. Future Music. You said from the mothership. Were you one of them aliens I seen Mexico news posting around? Looked like E.T. off a pack. Dusty and the little thing apparently was 1,000 years old. I don't know. I don't want to digress and talk about the aliens that allegedly are real per the Mexican news outlets. Whatever. Hansi G. Ainge has always has known in his head what he's going to do with Brennan Johnson. I hope he shows us. I hope we know. Yeah, I agree with you, Hansi, and I hope we get to see it. Alan needs some milk. Who? Which Alan? What Alan do we need? Oh, because I was reading Alan. He didn't seem all right. Cal Fairs, if you disagree but can't overlook him personally after the first few months, nothing about that screen purple patch or anything, just feel he was rushed back from injury too early. If anything, Cal goes on to say his footballing IQ is utterly ridiculous, but the lack of pace has always been an issue. And that's kind of where I get annoyed. Is there's been a few occasions where there's tons of space for him to run out in front of him, and he just kind of plays strong on the ball. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind when you play strong on the ball, but when you got that space, man, you got to go get it. You got to go grab that space from the defender. And he just doesn't do that. I've never really seen that. I would like some pace on the right wing personally. So if Brennan Johnson can come in and do anything better than him, obviously it's going to be the pace, but there could be other things as well. It just remains to be seen. But I like the fact that ANGE POSTECOGLOU's got the guy that allegedly was his #1 target, allegedly. Alan Bennett had a few beers and a few smokes. Big up. No, you're good. Maybe I just can't read the way you're chatting. I don't understand. Big up Jay and all in the chat. The United in the chat. All the United in the chat. Big up Jamie Gitt being here. Big up Paul Brown is here. Van de Veen had 4 sessions. Yeah, so not a lot. So Brennan Johnson's had more than that. He was there yesterday. So he's had a couple more. I think they were touring him around and stuff too. Elvis G. Big up, another YouTube chat member in the house. Evening Jacob in chat. I'm feeling the immaculate vibes tonight. Bring the beer, the free beer and all. There's a friendly reminder to hit that like while you're here. If you're here for a short time, hopefully it's a good time. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of people have been subscribing, so can't really complain about that. And then a lot of y'all have been hitting the likes on the videos as well, so really can't complain there either. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for the constant support here on the channel. Zapur says, anybody know how to tag people on mobile? Never seems to work for me. No, I don't think mobile you can tag. I don't think you can. You have to type it in if you want them to see it highlighted, I believe. Harry Puss, he can be frustrating, especially when you and everyone else know he just wants to cut in and take the shot with his left foot. I've noticed when he goes to the end line, good things happen. I mean, when you utilize the fact that you got 2 legs, yeah, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. It's interesting what can happen when you use both your feet. But, you know, again, I don't want to be too harsh on the kid, but I do try to be honest with what I see. There's only a few players that will blind me with obvious bias, and I think y'all know who those are. And KULUSEVSKI'S not one of them. But I love Kulu. I want him to be a good player for us. It'll be fantastic. Just, God, gotta see some more. Sorry about that, y'all. Had to go mute myself. Alan Sibley in the house. Big up 10-inch. Says, go play with the like button, peeps. Go play with it, but make sure it ends up highlighted and a +1 on the number that you saw there. There's 56 votes. I appreciate all 56 of y'all hitting that like. And I do appreciate everyone partaking in the poll. There's 53 votes. So usually more people partake in the poll than they do with the like, but there you go. In a coma. Morning, mate. How's your day been? Good. Is that Vicario in your... I don't know who that is in your photo. But big up. And good morning. My day has been great. Very busy, but great nonetheless. Too blessed to be stressed, my friend. Hope you are as well. Rich, big up, amigo. Big up, Rich. Another YouTube chat member in the house. Adrian Stroka, if you love Spurs and hate Arsenal, subscribe to the channel and hit that smash. And hit that smash. Smash that smash. Smash on the like button. Patty Hartnett, new profile photo for Patty Hartnett. Okay, new year, new you. What's going on here, Patty? Oh, what's going on, Patty? You jumping in? Where you jumping in? Lake Erie to find the... I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, Patty, evening buddy and all in the chat. Only 2 more days till Ange Ball. I didn't even turn on the damn lights behind me because I was going to say, look, Patty, there's Limerick Spurs just for you. But, I mean, you kind of know that's been there for a minute. Chris Peters, I think Decky is growing into Ange Ball. There must be a reason Ange has been starting him since the season began. Well, I would argue that there's not many better at the position at that juncture, but now that we have Brennan Johnson, my mind leads me to believe that potentially Brennan Johnson might be the guy to unseat him, and then we'll really see what he thinks about Kulusevski. Because let's remember, you know, we're talking about Kulusevski. Let me go ahead and just show this. This was what really sparked my interest in creating the conversation. Tottenham Hotspur official. The most distance covered in the Premier League so far this season is Kulusevski. So that led me to believe maybe I'm being too hard on this guy. He's obviously showing the desire to get up and down that pitch. If he's traveled the most than anybody in the Premier League, that speaks some volumes, right? Let me see here. Let me see if I can make that look better. There you go. You You can see the stat. You can see him. Maybe it's maybe I've been too harsh on the kid. I don't know. It's the predictability. I think someone else mentioned it earlier, that cutting it on left foot thing. It just, man, come on. There's got to be something more. Cheers to everybody drinking out there. Ange Cup. There you go. But yeah, Chris Peters, I think he's growing into it. I hope he grows into it well and not grows into it stale, which is kind of, I want to see him get a goal, get an assist. I know he kind of does things off the ball, defensively, tracks back, wins duels, etc. That can still be beneficial for us. You know, those things that don't necessarily grab the rival fans that don't watch us. If you don't watch us, sometimes you don't necessarily take into account the impact that Kulusevski can have. But maybe I've been too harsh on him, because the boy's running, obviously, 47.07 kilometers so far this season, the most in the Premier League. Nick De La Torre says, I think Kulu has strong points. I think Ange knows where and when to put players in. I think Ange also likes to add speed to shut the door late in matches. Maybe that's why I wanted Brennan Johnson to be that Kulusevski sub. Kulusevski been working him all match, and then you bring in Brennan Johnson to kind of fly past him. Maybe that's the idea there. Nick De La Torre, maybe that is the idea. Rich says Sarr's goal. Well, okay, it was Sarr's goal, and it was an assist with a massive deflection. It's interesting. Did they give him the assist on that match? So it was United. Was it United that he did that then? That's the one time I was like, okay, he directly affected us getting a goal. But outside of that, I don't know, man. Grant says Decky will come good, but he did fit the system with Sonny and the other fella up front. He just has to adapt, and I suspect he does have the game intelligence to do so. I hope so. It looks like he does. We shall see. We shall definitely see. Where was I in the chat? What? It like refreshed and threw my whole chat away. Alan Bennett, Sarr versus United. Thank you for that. I appreciate y'all letting me know. David Cooper, Coop Dog in the house. Hope everybody watching on the chat are doing well, including Scott. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Scott M. He did join the chat the other day. Had a nice discussion. Area 51 nearby. It is. It's in Nevada. Nevada ain't too far from me. Koopa Loop. Don't call him Koopa Loop. Apparently the Coops don't like that. Mark Cousins, in all fairness, Decky's a one-trick pony and has been found out. This is my thing. I mean, he running around, though. So I guess add another trick. He runs a lot. I don't know. I'm trying to get comfortable here. I'm strapping in for this Kulusevski conversation. Elvis G. Sarr scored the goal against Man United. Appreciate that. Good day, Zapur. The answer for everything is aliens. Very nice. I think Ange will throw Johnson straight in, says Terry Windows. He did with Van de Veen. He's done it. We've seen him do it. He'll definitely do it. We know that much. Zap a lap. Oh, y'all talking. What's up, Reinhardt Lane? How you doing? Big up. Jimmy Gitt says, Jacob, what's your view on Dyer's reinstatement? Will he play? Ainge didn't want him. So is Levy's micromanaging the team and Ainge just a coach, or am I missing the plot? You know, it's interesting because when we looked at the roster yesterday, the finalized roster, it was very much, I know now why we have 5 goalkeepers. We needed to hit the quota. I think we tried to get Dyer out, and that just didn't happen. Will he play? No. I don't think so. Unless there's an injury. I don't see it happening. Ainge didn't want him. That is evident, and we know that. But apparently he is like a bad rash. He is crabs. He is herpes. You just can't get rid of him. So is Levy micromanaging the team and Ainge just the coach? I don't think Levy's micromanaging, because if Levy was, Dyer would be in the 18 and we would have seen him in the 18 thus far. Even when we had a heavily rotated squad, he was not in the 18. So I don't have this weird theory. And I'm a conspiracy theorist, Jamie. You know me. I love a conspiracy just as much as the next guy. But I really don't think it's Levy micromanaging, because if that was, there would have been evident signs of it already. I.e., like if there's a heavy rotation in the squad like we saw against Fulham, I think he would have came in the 18 there, And I think we would have seen him sniffing around, but we saw Ashley Phillips over him. Because if it was Levy micromanaging, that would lend to the theory that he's always been that guy. You know, he held the meeting with Dyer, I think, to have a discussion and to basically tell him, like, look, this is the manager. He doesn't want you in the squad. I mean, look, time will tell also at the end of the day whether what I think is true or what is actually true or what anyone else think is true. It will be found out in time, and I just can't wait to see another 18 that he is not on the bench for. I'll put it that way. So my view on the Dyer reinstatement, if I had to put it in any kind of way, it would be not good. Didn't want to see him get a roster number, but at the same time, what the hell are we going to do with the guy? You got to register him, I guess. It's kind of how you got to, I guess. Big up David Cooper. Archibald, hi all. Chris Callan just said Decky topped the Prem running charts. Could have something to do with his selection. Well, yep, that was. I mean, it wasn't just Chris Callan. This was Tottenham Hotspur official that I saw it from. But yeah, Chris Callan does. He's always got good quotes coming out. Zapur caption: Grandma, don't say hello to me because I'm not really here, and it might wake me up. Caption: Grandma, good morning. How you doing? Time to get your caffeine. Good morning. It's time to get up, rise and shine. Go make the day your bitch. And that's what I got to say. Ha. But big up YouTube chat member. Always want to say good morning. Hopefully you feeling blessed this morning and you feeling good when you wake up. David Cooper. Big up. Derek Smith says, evening, Jacob. Big up Derek Smith in the house, back from the pub. And it was good. As long as it wasn't, I got 2 black eyes and I'm missing my wallet. Harry Puss, difference is there's an obvious void in our defense that Van de Veen filled in nicely, not a shortage of wingers. This is a good point you bring up, Mr. Puss. Van de Veen was an immediate thing that we needed. So, and not only did he fit in nicely, he fit in like the perfect pair of boots. Talk to me nicely. That is a good point. So yeah, he might not be thrown in right away. That's what kind of lends me to believe that he won't be. But I also know that when it comes to Ainge, I know nothing. I know what I think I know, but that might prove to be that I know nothing. I changed it slagging Bobby on another stream, and I can't find my old photo. Oh, big up Patty Hardnett. Can't wait for Saturday. Anyone know where it's going to be streamed? Chris Peters, are you in America or UK? Because if you're in the UK, I don't know. Will be my first answer. But if I click on Premier League, it will show me it's on Peacock. So if you're in America, it's on Peacock. David Cooper, I really dislike the Gooners. They're very cocky. Geez, I hope we beat them next weekend. I think we will. I've said it here. I've said it on multiple different platforms. I absolutely think that we're going to beat Arsenal at the Emirates. I don't know what it is. I just believe it. There was an interesting article on Sky Sports today with Pedro Porro talking about adapting to Ainge ball. Worth a read to anyone interested. I will have to check that out, Woodsy. Thanks for the recommendation. I did not catch that, but Pedro Porro recently had a birthday, so happy belated. Oh, it's also Papi Chulo Matissar's birthday as well. So big up Papa Matissar, the young Senegalese, just turning of age at the right time, so we could still register him underage. What a guy, what a lad. Sure is Vicario. He's been great so far. In a coma. Big up. He has been great. He's been answered all the questions I've had for the kid, at least. Guess that means he's tiring out his man on his side at the very least. So Zapur, based on this theory that he's working and he's running the most distance up and down that right side. I mean, obviously that's what the statistics would say. So he's doing that. And then let's say minute 65, you bring in Brendan Johnson, and then that hopefully he's taken enough out of that midfielder and the left back. So hopefully. Decky is different from Brendan, says Derek Smith. That's what Postecoglou wants. 2 players, 1 position, different styles. Keep that opposition confused and not knowing what the hell they're supposed to do. Also, I like, if you look at some of these players, a lot of them play as that like striker up top for their national team. And Sonny kind of plays the Madison role for Korea. It was interesting to see. But Brendan Johnson, from what I saw from him, not a very good striker, but he did receive the ball a couple times. Would like to see him be more clinical, but again, that's just international duty. I'm more interested to see what he's going to do in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt than what I saw from him in the international break. Young lad, I think he's got a bright future. I mean, the kid's got an infectious smile. When you see him smile, you can't help but be like, man, this kid brings some good vibes. So I'm all for it. Big up Derek Smith. Big up Ravi in the house. Alan says, better being one trick pony than just being pony like Skip and Dyer. Very good point. Let's not let that go by the wayside. That's a very good point you bring up. Let's see. Scott M is in the house. There he is. Scott, hello. How you doing, Scott? Remember, Dyer is better than any player Ainge has ever managed. He was likely impressed by him because Dyer is at Ainge's level. Obviously not. Obviously not, Scott. He saw him in the bright lights at Barcelona fail in the highest capacity, and he's never been near the 18 cents. So I would say, no, Scott. No. Bad Scott. That's a bad take, Scott. Come on, man. But big up nonetheless. Appreciate you jumping on the stream the other day. Absolutely love you. Even though I can't disagree with you more with this comment. But I love you nonetheless. Big up. Derek Smith says, unpopular thought here. Defensively, I don't think Van de Ven has covered himself in glory yet, but he'll get better, and going forward, I'm impressed. I love everything I've seen from Van de Ven. I think statistically he was almost he's perfect on one day and then almost perfect on another twos. We've seen the same thing from Romero. I think that partnership is really starting to cement and embed itself. And honestly, couldn't be happening at a better time for us when we needed that. At least that's what I hope is happening, my friend. Let's see here. Just after half hour here on the show, hit the like if you so choose, or hit the dislike. Do get some dislikes, and I appreciate you voicing your opinion. To the fours, the 2 to 4 of you who do hit that dislike every single stream, big up yourself right now. There's almost 100 of y'all in the house already. Shout them out. Partake in that poll. Let's see where we're at in the poll. What are your thoughts on Kulusevski? 39% says he has slept on and will come good. So I'm getting mudded by my own poll takers here. Y'all in the chat are mudding me right now because I said I didn't think this, that, and the other. Even Michael, last time we were on the stream, he gave me shit because I was dogging on Kulusevski, even though he had that, I guess, assist on to Papa Matasar's shot. I guess it was an assist. 39% says he slept on and he will come good. And another 28% says 50-50 on if he'll be a great player. There we go. We're getting it up. We're getting them numbers up on because that's where I am. I feel like I'm either 50-50 on if he's going to be a great player, or I'm on slept on because he's just not good enough. 7% says that. I don't necessarily, I feel like that's as harsh as I can make it without being like mean. And then the 28% that says 50-50 on if he's going to be a great player or not, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, you could flip a coin and he might. You could flip a coin and he might not. It just remains to be seen, personally. 26% says, no doubt he will be fantastic for us. So, what is that? 64% of y'all do feel like this guy's a good player. So, obviously, y'all disagree with me. I am getting mudded, very much so, but that's okay. Kulusevski, as you see, covered the most distance. How can I say he doesn't work hard for the badge? You know what I'm saying? How can I say that he doesn't work hard for the badge? No one's covered more distance. I will be interested to see about halfway through the season where we're at. If he does consistently start, I would like to see the numbers at that point, and then maybe bring on a different argument at that. I don't know. But there we are, 69 votes. Nice. 69 likes, very nice. Double 69s here in the chat. That's always lovely. Let's see here. A couple people more chatting in here. Hansi G says Scott is a stirrer. Hey, everyone needs a good spoon to stir the coffee or the drink. You know, if you have whatever beverage you want, you mix it with something, you need something to start with. So Scott, Big up Scott. He's not trolling. He's definitely not trolling. The mothership is currently hovering over the Emirates. I'll empty the loo and spit and then move on. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Future Music. Safe travels, my friend. Chris Peters, the partnership is a work in progress in regards to Van de Ven and Romero. Honestly, I'm not going to show pictures of Romero right now. I promise. Maybe just one. This one's a nice one, though. That one's sweet. That one's kind of sweet. He did buy his mama a house. He bought his daddy a house. So apparently his mama and his daddy ain't together no more because they can't live in that same house that he bought for one of them. So he bought both of them one. And that's very nice. So that partnership, I have no doubt they're building the house that they want to live together in, Van de Ven. The metaphorical house, of course. I don't think Van de Ven and Romero would live in the same house. That'd be kind of strange. But I wouldn't be against it. Kulu might have covered the most distance, but his final ball has been below average. So Johnson will be starting. There it is. There's the prediction. Maybe I should have done that in the poll. Is done. Who's going to start? But the thing is, I want tomorrow's show, for the 90 plus, 95 of y'all in here, tomorrow's show will be the prediction show. Like not prediction show, the fucking preview show. You know what I'm talking about? The damn show where we look at and we say, oh, who's going to score? What's their score? Etc., etc. So save all that for that day. But this is an interesting topic because it does pertain to Kulusevski. So I am interested to know from the chat where y'all lay as far as who you think is going to start up front, whether it be Kulusevski, Johnson, or maybe both of them and Solomon misses out. Because maybe we're just shoehorning Solomon in there when we shouldn't be. And the thing is, if you look at the 18, someone's going to have to miss out from Brennan Johnson coming in. And I wonder who it's going to be. Wonder who's going to miss out on the 18. I want to pull up the last couple 18s, and then we can see and look who's going to be missing out because Brennan Johnson's there. Kulu was the best for his country the other night, says Hansi G. And Foxy says, Kulusevski is a basic player, always has been. Most distance doesn't mean much when you consider Iwobi was fourth for most distance covered last season, and he's bang average. There's Iwobi. Big up Iwobi. Here's a big up Chris Peters. Got this starred. I will bring this up, but before I do that, let me get to the super chat from Moondog. Big up Jacob. Kulu will start, says Moondog. Already getting the predictions in. Big up Moondog. Saying Kulu's gonna start. Hitting us with the first super chat of the day. Big up yourself right now, Moondog. Hope you're having a blessed evening. I forget. You told me, and I'm forgetting. I said on stream, I like to be a guy who prides himself on knowing where certain people are from, etc., etc. And Moondog, I don't know if you told me, but I think I forgot. I think you're in the UK, so good evening. I just want to address you properly. I don't know if I say good afternoon or if I say good evening, potentially good morning, depending where you're at. But big up Moondog for the super chat. I do appreciate that. If you do want to do that, you can, but you can also do the free thing like Chris Peters does and has the queue, as you can see over there, hits the queue. That way I see it when I'm rolling through the chat and I'm chatting my shit, you know. I'll see the queue, and then I'll go ahead and start it, and we'll bring it up at some point. Or you can hit the super chat like Moondog, and we'll do it immediately. But, you know, if you want to do the free thing, I'm all for free. Free 99. I'm all about it. So let's see. Chris says, how many points will we get in the next 3 games? My heart says 9, but my brain says 7. Sheffield win, North London Derby win, Liverpool draw. Well, Zapur, let's go ahead and pull up our schedule so everyone can see a visual representation. Might be better than just saying it out loud. I don't know. Let me go ahead and share this. Boom. So we got Sheffield next at home. That'll be a nice 3 points. Should be, better be. Don't want to give anything away for the preview show tomorrow, but that should be 3 points. Chris Peters, North London Derby. I've said it don't matter what happens with Sheffield. We absolutely should go to Arsenal, bring it to them. They're going to see a new era of Spurs, and quite frankly, I think we're going to get out of there with 3 points. I think some people are like, I'll take a draw right now, but I don't want to draw right now. I want the 3 points, my friend. I absolutely want the 3 points. And then Liverpool at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You got to imagine our chances are somewhat decent, right? We're at home. Liverpool are still figuring themselves out. They've been pretty solid, though, thus far from what I've seen. They've been pretty solid, but again, I don't want to look too far ahead because then, I mean, if you look at it, after Liverpool, we got Luton Town, so that should be another 3 points. But I don't want to look too beyond what we've got. But how many points will we get in the next 3? I've been as bold to say we're getting 12 out of the next 4. So to answer your question, 9. My heart and my mind says 9. But it'll probably be 7. But I'm going with 9. I'm shameless. I don't give a shit. Zapur says, going to watch the game in Tucson. Spurs fan club for the first time. Hopefully meet a good bunch of peeps to inject some Ange ball into our bloodstream together. Big up, Zapur. Enjoy that. Should be a good time. It should absolutely be a good time because Mile High Hotspur, Leo out there, he does those match day vlogs, and they're pretty popular now. And honestly, it looks very fun. Looks very fun, absolutely, indeedy. Derek says, I voted and I hit the wrong button, so take that what you will. Maybe you the one who said that he slept on, but the percentage has gone up. The votes have gone up. So clearly, it's not just you, even if you did miss punch on the he slept on because he's not good enough. If you did hit that, that is the lowest voted for one, but the percentage has gone up as the votes have gone up. So, I don't know. A lot of people think he ain't good too, apparently. Well, not a lot. I would say the minority for sure. Zapur, honestly, I share your general view with Kulu. I think I just may be a bit more lenient with him, but I don't think he'll ever be more than a fringe starter. I've heard people say he's going to be world class. I've heard people say he's better than this player, that player, and who's the what's-a. And it's interesting. Like, I'm all for it. Haha, like, love shitting on Arsenal players when I can. Love shitting on whoever I can when I can, right? But if we're going to keep it honest, he's not been as good as a lot of players. Like, I mean, how many wingers? This is a great question. Last season, like, I mean, I don't like to look back at last season, but how many wingers last season would you have rather had than Kulusevski as far as like output wise? And that list, I would assume, is very, very long. At least I would assume. But you know what they say about assuming, right? Derek Smith says, I think we'll get tanked by Arsenal. Hope I'm wrong and would love to be wrong. We never win at the Arse. Derek, this weekend, no, next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, we are gonna stomp Arsenal. Do I need to go full screen? Someone in the chat tell me right now if I need to go full screen and say what I'm about to say. But Derek, we're not going to lose at Arsenal. We're not. Absolutely. We're absolutely going to not lose. Maybe that's not as bold as what I should have said. Maybe that's not as bold as what I should have said. All right, Rich said full screen. Derek Smith, I am guaranteeing you right now, we will not go to the Emirates and lose. We will not. I'm predicting a win. I'm fine with a draw, but we will not go to the Emirates and get stomped. Derek, put your bank on it. I mean, shit, I'll put a bank on it. But bet somebody a chicken sandwich. That's what I've done. I put my money where my mouth is. I got a bet going right now. Chicken sandwich. I think it's a good bet. I get fed. Nice little chicken sandwich. Come on now. Talk to me nicely. We will not lose. I will get a chicken sandwich. And anybody who disagrees with me in the chat right now, take me up on my bet. One chicken sandwich. Popeyes is my preferred chicken sandwich, but you can have Chick-fil-A if you want. I don't really care. But we will not lose. I guarantee it. It's like Gentleman's Warehouse. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. But we are not going to lose at the Emirates. I can guarantee it. Don't ask why. Don't ask why either. Just believe, man. Just have some faith. That's what I say. Ryman's son, how can we get KPV to be a guest on this channel? He claims to be the king of the Spurs channels. KPV is always welcome to join the channel. If he's ever out there listening, which I don't think he likes this channel. He has me blocked, so I can't even see him when he chats. I can't even chat to him in someone's chat. Like if he's in the chat of We Are Tottenham TV, I won't see his chats because he has me blocked. Apparently he has a lot of people blocked, and I was just one of the victims. Son of a gun, YouTube chat member. Big up, son of a gun in the house. Good to see you. It's been a little bit. Says, if I had the wings of an eagle, the dirty old arse of a crow, I'd fly over Arsenal tomorrow, and I'd shit on the bastards below. Shit on shitting the bastards below. Son of a gun, I don't care if this video gets demonetized for me saying all the things that you said in this comment, because you're a YouTube chat member. It's good to see you here, you son of a gun. you son of a gun. But big up. So glad that you are here, my friend. Jules is in the house. Hey, Jacob. Big up, Jules. Hope you're keeping well. CFC OG in the house. I enjoyed that fight night. I wasn't in the chat, but I was tuned in. I was listening to that fight night show y'all do. The only UFC YouTube channel that I follow. Big up CFC OG. Kulu will start, but Johnson will be on the last 20 minutes, I think, says Chris Peters. Bless up. Bless Jay Kismet. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Big up. Thanks for being here. It's big up. So happy Prem is back. It is back. Is it back tomorrow? Let me look. Let me look. Click that Premier League bookmark. Is it back tomorrow? Nope. It starts Saturday. But luckily, we play on Saturday. Tottenham plays on Saturday anyway. When do Chelsea play? They play on Sunday. You got to wait till Sunday, CFCOG. You got to wait till Sunday. We get to play on Saturday. How about that? Cal says, Spider-Man 2 gameplay came up and had to check it. Came back to see if Dyer is the best player he's ever managed. Came back to see Dyer as the best player. Oh, Cal. Oh, good timing. You came right in time for Scott M's comments saying that Ainge is Dyer level is what I think Scott said. Moondog. I'm in the UK, in the Garden of England. In the Garden of England. What was that, like the Garden of Eden? Is that what that's called? Big up Moondog. Good evening. It is just almost 11 p.m. for you then, so good evening. I hope you've had a great Thursday. The weekend is soon approaching, y'all. We are so close. Tomorrow's going to be insane. I feel like my energy is going to be off the hook because when it's 24 hours till game day, I turn into a different beast. But 24 hours, game day, and Ainge ball, shoot, you may just get yourself a werewolf. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Chris Peters, big up. One game at a time, boys. One game at a time. So, son of a gun, I'm getting ahead of myself, I know. But how can I not when I just... Derek Smith says, Kulusevski occupies defenders. He's a big distraction. It's not just about goals and killer passes and goals. Opposition defenses are quacking in their boots. That's interesting that they're quacking. Playing a bunch of ducks. 15 out of 15 points for the next 5 games, and I'm being optimistic, says Zapor. Go ahead and get in. Who do we got after Luton? Fulham. We got Fulham at home. Come on now. Could be 15 out of 15, Zapor. Come on now. Rich, our form has to drop at some point. If you predict results based on current form, we're in a title charge. We're Spurs. The wheels are going to come. Not yet. Hey, enjoy the ride until they do, my friend. But they ain't coming off yet. I'll tell you that much. And they ain't going to come off at the Emirates. I went full screen and said my shit. Clip it. I don't care. Maybe I'll be mudded. Maybe I won't. But either way, I think I'm going to get a chicken sandwich and 3 points out of it, personally. David Cooper. Kulu and Solomon will start. No need to rush Johnson into the starting 11. But I think he might be. James says Kulu is world class. Oh, my goodness. Hydration Nation, pause for the cause. That's quite the statement. Wow. Kulu's world. I don't agree with this, James. I'm all for speaking your truth. If you feel that way, I'm happy for you. But I don't think he is world class. Oh, Moondog with another super chat. 2 super chats so far today from Moondog. Says, Jacob, can you give a shout out to my son Charlie? Big up, Charlie, Moondog's son. And if you're a descendant of Moondog, the future's going to look bright for you, my friend. Big up, Charlie. Big up. You have a very gracious father. He's a great supporter of the channel here. Sending you lots of love from Texas. How about that? Was that good? And big up, Charlie. Honestly, when I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to do it real quick, Moondog, just because you super chatted. So when there was, like, I don't know if it was YouTube was first starting or what, but there was, like, before the age of memes and shit, before all that, there was a video called Charlie Bit My Finger. And this kid has a UK accent. He's like, ow, Charlie bit my finger. And he's like, ow, Charlie. And Charlie's like a little boy and he bit him. Honestly, because you're in the UK, your son's name is Charlie. Is that your son from the video Moondog? That's my question for you. The Charlie Bitmeek boy, is that your son? Is your son Charlie the one who did the biting? That's what I want to know. I absolutely want to know. Full screen. I did look at this entire season with an open perspective. Work in progress is Future's music. Work in progress indeed. Ange Postecoglou said the same thing. Let's see the team first, says Hansi G. Yup, full screen. Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. Go full screen his ass. Whose ass am I full screening? What are you talking about? Losses to Arsenal and Liverpool. Can't see those games being close, says Scott M. Should win against Sheffield. They are so bad. Okay, so Scott's saying 3 points out of the next 3 matches is what Scott's saying. Scott, I hate to tell you, buddy, but you're wrong. We're getting all them points. We're going in there and we're getting all them points. Boy, you can put your house on. Maybe not your house, because I don't want to be responsible in case we don't. But put a chicken sandwich on it. I think that's low risk, high reward. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about that. Sonaldo Hattie versus the trash. Oh, yeah. I like that, Ryman son. Derek, you were so wrong. Udogi will pocket sock of shit. Where's Derek? And where did Derek say? Where did Derek? I didn't see no Derek. Oh, Derek Smith about. I don't know what y'all talking about. Rich says, I think Arsenal has a draw written all over it. Arsenal aren't as good at the moment, but they've got home advantage. Fuck that home advantage. I don't buy into that bullshit. There's some weak ass fans over there. I ain't worried about them at all. Sorry for the children, Moondog. If Charlie's not grown up by now, sorry about it. But yeah, I just think fuck that home advantage. I don't buy into that. If we're resilient enough, that don't mean nothing. We'll shut them up real quick. You go up a goal in the first 10 minutes, that crowd shuts up, and then they're out of the match. And then we take control, take over the entirety of the match, and that crowd never says nothing. And all you hear is all the proud Tottenham Hotspur fans who traveled to the empty Emirates. And yeah, man, that's how I see it going. Don't worry, Rich. Don't worry. I know you don't want to put 2 feet in the pool. You scared. You think, I don't know if I should get in the pool. Maybe everyone's going to stop swimming by the time I get in the pool. But I'm here to tell you right now, my friend, get in the fucking pool, man. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're not only going to win, we're going to win in style. We're going to win in grace. We're going to win in phantasmal. It's going to be so delicate. Like Ratatouille, you know, when that man was eating the soup, the guy that was a really hard critic, it's like whenever he's eating the soup and then he's like, oh, you know, I remember what it's like to get love. And then that's what it's going to be like. But maybe more sexual. I don't know. Harry Puss, Popeyes is far superior to Jesus Chicken. Oh, Chick-fil-A, it's my pleasure. I have some funny stories about Chick-fil-A and how they always talk about their pleasure. But don't worry. The only way we lose at Arsenal is if they get a dodgy penalty or we get a dodgy red. We're not going to get a dodgy red. You want to know why? Because of this man. We will not get a dodgy red because of this man. Don't you worry, steady as shark. You're a shark. You're already in the fucking pool, man. You already know. We're not losing. You already know we're not losing. Come on, steady shark. Talk to me nicely. Let's see. Where was I? 6-1 Spurs. Book it, says James. Big up, James. He's flying out the sky to tell you 6-1 Spurs, by the way. If we win on Saturday, that would be 50 games unbeaten at home for Big Ange, dating all the way back to his Japan days in a coma. Interesting. 50 games at home unbeaten. I mean, hey, technically we still unbeaten in the Premier League, and we lost on penalties, but still, in my mind, we're unbeaten. We are unbeaten. We ain't taking an L yet. I know one will come eventually, but I ain't in a hurry to see it. David Cooper, guys, take it one game at a time. There's no use predicting future results. Waste of time. David Cooper, I'm here to tell you. I'm going to predict a couple of results, and I'm going to tell you, dude, don't worry. If we have our starting 11, we are going in, and we are winning that match. That is that. No such thing as home advantage with Ainge. We will go after everyone everywhere. There you go, Dub Shaman. Sprinkling some nice. Look, even Chewy's relaxed. Chewy's chillaxing. He knows. He ain't worried. Why be worried? Make sure you're hitting that like on the video. We're almost here at an hour. Partake in that poll. I see 84 votes. 80 votes and 84 likes. That's weird because usually it's swift. Usually people don't like the video, but they partake in the poll. And I'm glad to see the ratio is better like that. So big ups to those of you who have hit that like. Scott M's says, don't worry, KPV has everyone blocked. I don't know why he blocked me. We barely talked. Faye Deadman says, we're better than Arsenal. We're going to walk all over them on their own turf. Big up, Faye. I'm with you. I am absolutely there with you. Saturday has a great selection of games, says Woodsy TV. Absolutely. Kent is the Garden of England, says Chris Peters. Moondog is in Kent. Moondog. Avian, who do you want to win the Champions League this season? Bayern? No, I don't want them. No. Why would I want? I don't want Bayern to win the Champions League. I'm going for any other Bundesliga team. How about that? I'm not bitter. You're bitter. I'm not bitter. You're bitter. I'm just going to put that there for anyone who was looking at the screen when I did put that up. Big up Avian. Guys, got to take my dog to the vet. See you next time. Hope the pup is all right and all good. Well wishes. Stay blessed, my friend. Woodsy TV, Arsenal play midweek in the Champions League. We have a week off. Let's press them motherfuckers to death. Come on, Woodsy. Talk to me nicely. Grant, whoa, Jacob. Anyone tell you that a younger version of the Chelsea coach is a spit of you? Maurizio Pochettino. Is that what you're talking about? No way. I don't see it, but no one's ever told me that either. Arsenal play PSV right before the NLD. Come on, talk to me nicely. They will make a great first impression on their return to the... They're going to want to, right? I would imagine that they're going to want to come out to that match and really get ahead in their group and show that they're going to finish atop of that group. Because if you look at their group, they should, by all means and purposes, as a rival looking at them, I would say you should top that group. And PSV should come in second. PSV is a very good side as well. I watched them in the Eredivisie, so I do like the fact that they play before us and we have an entire week to prepare for them. All the more reason to say it with my motherfucking chest. We are gonna go to the Emirates and put that work on them, put that hurt on them. It's going to be nice. Ravi, question. Jacob, when do you feel Spurs can kick on and be right this hour time to get the maximum points to climb up the table? When do you feel Spurs can kick on and be right? We already kicking on, baby. We already kicking on in the right manner. Come on. They'll be knackered, says Chris Peters, because I agree. Rich, you crack me up. I'm a bit scared to get in the pool. Don't worry, man. I know what it's like. You're like, if I get in the pool, everyone's going to leave. Then I'm just going to be wet, and it's not even going to be fun. But don't worry, Rich. We're all here for you. No one's getting out the pool, man. Plenty of room. Big up Daniel Field. Jacob, do you feel Ainge has the backing of his coaching staff to back him and make the important decisions? Well, of his coaching staff, I would assume so, because he hired the motherfuckers, so they better have his back. I would assume so. Derek Smith, I'm absolutely ecstatic if we get 9 out of 9 from the next 3 games. Ainge could achieve legendary status after 6 games. Yeah, and then I know the L's coming eventually, but I want to push it, kick that can further down. I'd rather give 3 points to Luton Town than I would to draw versus Arsenal or Liverpool. I want to beat both of them, and then I don't mind. I don't want to lose to Luton Town, but if we got to lose to somebody, I'd rather it be the homebodies, the people who got fucking laundry outside their stadium. That's kind of cool. Anyway, that's how I see it. Zapur, we will get the next 15 points, and Scott still wants to wait 38 games to jump on the Ainge train. I said December. My goal is December. By December, I hope to get Scott M in the Ainge pool. That's my goal. Chris Peters, Jacob, you remind me of the guy who chants fight and win for the wow. You think I'm that guy? Fight and win. Oh, Chris Peters, thank you for making me laugh and hurting my feelings at the same time. Very well done there. Valboa, big up, y'all. I'm so excited for the return of Ainge Ball on Saturday. The break has been too long. Valboa, It has been way too long, my friend. It's been too long since I've seen you here in the live chat as well. But I hope you were keeping well, blessed on this Thursday evening or afternoon, whatever it may be for you. Or Friday morning if you're down under. I don't know. Cal says that red last year still makes no sense to me. How many times has studs on the ankle since then been checked and games carried on? That's a good point, Cal. I don't know. Ooh, we got a rival fan, Golden Hammer. The Golden Hammer says, you Spurs fans are funny. This early manager bounce won't last long. Even West Ham are a better team than you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. I mean, y'all did have a more successful season last season, Golden Hammer. I'll give you that. You did have a more successful season. You didn't get relegated, and you got a European trophy, so congratulations. But that's hilarious. You're saying I'm funny. This is a very funny comment, my man. West Ham are a bigger club than you. I mean, don't you have a track at your stadium? What you talking about? We at least got something. Do y'all even run track at the fucking stadium? What are y'all doing over there with the bubbles too? My kid's 3 years old and he's grown out of bubbles already. He liked them when he was 1, but he don't like bubbles no more. It's kind of something you grow out of, but I guess West Ham don't. I don't know. Every other non-Spurs fan laughs at your trophyless club. We do have trophies, but obviously this shows you were born very recently, or at least after 2008, because usually the folks born around 2009 to 2010, they're the ones who like to say that we're trophyless, because obviously that is not true. It's not factual if you look it up and you did any kind of research before you just tried to shit talk. But I do appreciate you being here. Regardless, hit the like, hit the dislike. Let me know how you're feeling. 88 likes on the video. I appreciate that. Hopefully we can get to 100 likes before we end off the show. But Golden Hammer, I do appreciate you being here. Banter is all fun. This is a great bit of banter. I appreciate it because it's hilarious. And banter always makes me laugh. And you made me laugh today, sir. Thank you for that. Sevilla for Glory says, Caveman. You avoid relegation twice and act like you're a top dog. Sit down. If Spurs play like you did versus United, Spurs will get the win. Absolutely, Ravi. 100%. Golden Hammer says, sit down, Caveman. What have you won in the last decade? Spurs are a smaller club than West Ham. Interesting. It's a very interesting take. It's just very hilarious. Avon, I bet a chicken sandwich Bayern lose tomorrow to Leverkusen. Xavi Alonso is cooking something and potentially a world-class manager. I did watch Leverkusen. They were the Bundesliga I paid attention to last season. Loved Moussa Diaby. I know I've said that a few times. I've said that all the time. Would have loved Moussa Diaby personally. But aside from that, they have a bunch of really good players. Jeremy Frimpong, Piero Hincapi, who we've been linked with a few times. Can't forget Florian Wirtz. That is potentially a world-class midfielder right there. We've already been there and won the Europa Cup. You're just playing catch-up, says Steady as Shark. Jacob, I mean, really kick on and feel that you can be more comfortable in the prem. I think so, man. I mean, maybe I'm too comfortable. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because I've already heard the wedding bells. I don't know. But people have told me I'm silly for feeling the way I feel, and that's okay. We all got our opinions. And, you know, at the end of the day, I just view mine in a certain way. I smile at it like this. I feel good about my predictions. I feel good about the way that I say things, even though, yeah, Adama, I love him. He's not great. He's no end product, yada, yada. I hear you. I understand. But he's still a physical specimen. Fun to watch. Golden Hammer, these Spurs fans are full of inferiority complex. West Ham are sitting on the same points as Spurs, but we are silent. And Spurs are celebrating as if the season has already been done. Well, I mean, you got David Moyes, which the only reason I like his name is because it's almost moist, which I like the word moist. So he's got that in his corner. The second thing I would say about him is, you know, enjoy it. Enjoy what it's like from the view up here, because I know in a few weeks y'all gonna be sitting down there like, oh, hopefully we can beat Nottingham Forest and get above the line. Hopefully Wolves don't take a... I know you're gonna be fighting Everton. Come on. You punching up. I'm glad you're here again. I'm glad you're here, but you're punching up above your weight class, my friend. Chris Peters, lots of love, Jacob. It's just when you did the close-up, you reminded me of him. Oh, that's funny. Everyone going having a go here at Golden Hammer. He ran into the lion's den and he started poking everybody. Dub Shaman says to Golden Hammer, first they laugh at you, then they mock at you, then you win. I can sense your fear, young Padawan. Zapur says, measuring the size of their club by their trophies, Spurs are second to no one in terms of supporter size stadium and now the football. Big up indeed. I love the fact that West Ham, that he's here, he's saying these things. Come on now. What are we doing, Golden Hammer? He's feeling good. We're all having a go at him. We're all having a go. Oh, man, this is funny. Caveman is having a go, too. Come on. Everybody having a go at the Golden Hammer who's here. That's hilarious, man. My brothers in Christ, Spurs have literally won more than West Ham in a decade than you have in your entire history. Come on, Cal. Talk to me nicely. Come on, Cal. This guy really battling with us. West Hammer shit. Exactly. Daniel Field, pipe down, Mr. Hammer. Mr. Hammer's in the house. We all know American chants are lame compared to the Brits. Sorry, Jacob. No worries. It's a very funny video. Not going to lie. It's a very funny video. Oh, looks like there's a raid incoming. Alert from the one and only Kaz from Never a Foul. Big up the boys over there at the Never a Foul. Always showing some love here to the smaller club specific channels, and I do appreciate that. A lot of love for the boys over there, always supporting what they do. Even when I can't tune in to Never a Foul, I always go over there and just hit a like. Y'all, always a great panel, always great discussion over there. So appreciate anyone who is coming over. We were just laughing at the Golden Hammer. This guy, he came in the chat and he started chatting a bunch of shit, and it's quite funny. Shows I think he was born around 2010. But let's see. He's still here. He's fighting. He's a good sport. Again, I love to keep it all banter. Let's just keep it banter. Let's never make it personal. But big up Golden Hammer for being here. Harry Puss says they love blowing things at West Ham, especially golden showers. I didn't know that. That's a little factoid for the Americans, I guess, because I did not know that. Son of a Gun says they don't own their stadium. They rent it. That's how big they are. Do you think that they asked Ted Lasso's film crew, do you think they asked them to help pay for their stadium payments? Because honestly, they did feature that stadium quite a bit, their logos quite a bit. It was part of the story. Maybe they got some payment helps. I don't know. Big up Golden Hammer says Zapur, West Ham have the second biggest fan base in London, only after Arsenal. Even Chelsea have more fans. Y'all tell me if this is true. Anybody in the chat over from the Never a Foul raid, hit that like if you are going to hang out. If you are going to leave, hit that like before you go. But if you also partake in the poll, let me know what you think about Kulusevski, because that is the question of the day. That is the general vibe of the day. Kulusevski, where do we stand with him? I see 92 votes, 95 likes. There's almost 200 of y'all in the house at this point, so big shout out to Never a Foul, always blessing me, making me feel the love. So I appreciate that from the boys over there. Let's see. I wonder what the rival fans would say, from those of you who did come over from Never a Foul. What y'all think about Kulusevski? Do you think he's being slept on and he will come good? Do you think he's being slept on and he's not good enough? For me, I'm personally on the option of 50-50 on if he will be a great player. That's where my thoughts and feelings lie. The chat thinks he will come good, so we'll see. We have won the mighty League Cup, says Rich. There you go. King Dom, good morning from Australia. Good morning, sir. Hope you are well. Zapur in the house. Sonny alone brings in more fans than West Ham has total. Golden Hammer. Wonder. Yeah. Let me ask you, Golden Hammer. Skamaka, how's he doing? How's that guy working out? I will say the one bit of business I am jealous of y'all doing, Muhammad Kudus. I hope I'm wrong about that guy, but he would also be proving thousands of people wrong. I hope I'm wrong and Muhammad Kudus is a horrible signing, but y'all probably actually got a super good gem there, personally. I hate that y'all got him. West Ham have very nice supporters, but come on, bro, your rivals are still Millwall, says Alexander Castro. Are the rivals Millwall? I can't remember the last time Tottenham even played Millwall. Woodsy says maybe one day West Ham will have enough fans to actually own their own football channel. Good banter though. I've seen some. There are some West Ham channels. It just, yeah, West Ham are shit. San Antonio Spurs, good point. West Ham are always trying to pretend they're our rivals. Their rivals are Millwall. Okay, so that's what you were saying then, Alexander Castro. That's what you were saying. That Millwall is West Ham's rivals, not ours. Okay, so a little correction there. They're like Chelsea's mouthy little brother with their groundskeeper Willie managers, jokers. I'm not even going to try and do the groundskeeper Willie voice. Might offend too many people. Avion says, would you take the Glazers over Daniel Levy? That's actually a really good question. I don't know. Is there a third option? If there's not a third option, let's see. I don't know. Glazers have spent a shit ton of money. What is it, like $1 billion they've spent? I know they put Ten Hag's face on it, but it's not all for Ten Hag. But they've dropped some big bags. 100 mil on Anthony. They dropped how much on what's that? I guess Amrabat was a loan deal. So they spent the 100 on Anthony. I'm just trying to think recently. How much for Sancho? Was it 60, 65 they got him from Dortmund? They dropped the bag. I would love to spend 100 mil on a flop. I'm just kidding. We spent 80 mil on a flop. Personally, did not work out for us. Big up Bardistas and Boston for the coming over from the raid, saying hello. Appreciate y'all saying hello. Shout out to Cass, the one and only. I used to be able to get him on this channel. He used to, way back in the day, before United Spurs of America even had 1K subscribers. Kaz was here showing his face, being a contributor and a friend of the channel. So shout out Kaz every time. Known him for a little while. Would love to meet him whenever I do get to venture out to the UK. Always been good to me and the channel. Help behind the scenes as well. He's very. I know what y'all see is what y'all see in Kaz, but behind the scenes couldn't be a more gracious and helpful individual. He's definitely been very helpful to me my entire time that I've been here on the YouTube hemisphere anyway. So shout out Kaz. I want to give him a little moment there because he has been directing over here a bunch of times. And honestly, I do just appreciate the fact that, he shows the love, shares the love like that. Do got a few more bits of business in regards to Tottenham Hotspur and the news that we want to talk about. But again, the question of the day is about Kulusevski. Now I see almost 100 votes in the chat. And 36% says he slept on and will come good. 10% it's ever so rising that Kulusevski is slept on because he's just not good enough. Big up Obi says big up the Cox. The one and only place you can get cock and ball. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Grant, funny guy, funny club, that West Ham. I don't want to even read that comment. Ian McKenna. Derek Smith, being from Devon, I don't have the intense rivalry that London fans have. I like West Ham. They have Bobby Moore as their captain. Plus main man Jermaine Defoe. Interesting. You'll never have an American try to argue that American chants are better. We know they're awful. They are. Full disclosure, when I worked for FC Dallas in the MLS, we had a playoff match at Seattle Sounders Stadium. It wasn't Lumen Field at the time. It was something else. I can't even remember what, Comerica Stadium or some shit. But we went there, and those dumbass chants were stuck in my head all night because it was just hours and hours of them singing, "Come on, Seattle." It's just like, bro, American chants suck. I know it. I would never claim otherwise. Dana Jax, yo, the fuck. I don't know what you asking about. Question, what's the best way the Spurs cannot show weakness in games to get caught out? We're going to get caught out. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, Ravi. We're absolutely going to be caught out at times. We've seen it every match. At some point, there's a moment in which we're caught out. It's just a matter of, is our opponent going to make us pay? And so far, we've said no. West Ham have the second biggest fan base in Essex. I don't know where Essex is. Maybe that's as a diss or a compliment. Not really sure. But Hydration Nation, pause for the cause one time. When I'm talking by myself, I don't always have the chance to lubricate the wheels, so to speak. 187 in here. Drop a like and help the channel. Come on. Drop a like and help the channel. Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. We can hit 150 likes right now. I mean, that is ambitious of me. It is advantageous of me. But if you hit the like expeditiously, you wouldn't prove me wrong. And also hit a option there in the poll. Both of those things are free. Absolutely free. Want to say big up to Shafay. I see the membership chat. This is not free. Shafay paid for this to say this. Big up Jacob. Ange Ball is nearly back. Yes, sir, indeedy. Talk to me nicely. I cannot wait. And I was going to wear the kangaroo shirt. You know, the one that I got. It's the Tottenham logo, but it's got a kangaroo. I was going to wear that today just to get myself ramped up, but I saved it for tomorrow because tomorrow's when we're doing the preview show of Sheffield. The shirt's going to get wet. I know that much. And so if I got it all wet today, then I couldn't get it all wet tomorrow. So I saved my newly favorite shirt. I saved it for tomorrow. But big up, Angel Ball is nearly back, and I cannot wait. Also, big up Moondog for the super chats as well. Let's see where I was in the chat. Jacob, did you see your buddy Sava daring to debate with Lawless? He ate and chewed out your buddy like he was never there. What channel was this, Golden Hammer? I would love to see it. Shout out Sava to Football Heritage TV. What channel was this on, Golden Hammer? Would love to. I always like debate shows, you know. I pride myself on keeping the vibes immaculate here. We had Scott M, who has the antithesis opinions of me, on the channel. We had, I wouldn't even say a debate, but an immaculate conversation with diverse opinions. So that's the vibe over here. Never get too upset about what's going on. Real life will get you upset enough. No need to come onto YouTube and get upset. But so the vibes will always be immaculate here. Sometimes get heated when I have a big panel, but you never know. But I do enjoy watching and going to other channels that do facilitate the kind of what I think you're saying happened, Golden Hammer. But I like Sava's chances. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like Sava's chances to step into that ring and be able to go out there and put a couple on him. Boston says KULUS is a baller. I know. I hope you're wrong, man. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we're all wrong. I think he's a baller, and I hate that he went to West Ham, man. When he signed for 40, bro, that made me so mad. I cannot lie to you, Boston. I didn't even mean to put Boston like that. Grant says, I kind of measure club size by how many seasons they have played in the second team over the past 40 years. Oh, there you go. Golden Hammer's been trolling all the Spurs shows since Sava. Hey, he's not trolling. I'm glad he's here. I'm glad to have diverse opinions. I like having diverse opinions. I just want the vibes to be immaculate. We can have different opinions, different ways to go about thinking about ball, but let's just keep the vibes immaculate. Imagine having West Ham as rivals. I just can't. I hate that. One time we were up 3-0 and then they came back in like 15 minutes. Jose era. God, I can't. That's still got a bad taste in my mouth from that for some reason. The Glazers have allowed their stadium to fall apart. Yes, Old Trafford is in pieces. Very leaky as well. Joshua, big up Jacob. Have you seen Bentancur in the warm-up? Ben 10 coming back slowly. Absolutely, I've seen it. Have I seen it? I watched the video a few times. I'm not going to lie. I definitely did watch it a few times. Let me go ahead and show you. I did have it starred. I did want to talk about it. There it is. Mr. Rodrigo Bentancur is back with the training in the first team, and as well as Alejo Veliz is training with the first team. Cuti Romero is training with the first team. Sonny doesn't have no ice pack on his knee. We looking all right. We looking healthy, like we made it out the international break healthy. Talk to me nicely, as I love to see that. Big up Joshua. Baristas says 90 for Sancho. 90 for Sancho. I thought it was 60. So you spent damn near 200 on a right winger that neither one are available for you right now. And then 60 for Mount. The 40 for Onana. I'm not even going to be mad about that. Onana, I think, is a great keeper. He adds a lot. He's the new era of goalkeepers. And that's coming from a goalkeeper. I'm an old school keeper. Don't pass me the fucking ball because I don't know where it's going. But Onana is that new era of keepers being a part of the squad, building up play like an Ederson. Gotta admire it. So the 40 for Onana, I'm not even going to laugh about. 60 for Mount is absolutely fucking hilarious. And we absolutely should laugh every single time we think about Mason Mount. He got the number 7 jersey as well. Let's remember that. They gave him Cristiano Ronaldo's number. Let's remember that. 90 for Sancho. That's insane. I did not remember. That is absolutely insane. Casemiro, that's a quality signing. Arguably last year, people were saying best defense, best CDM in the league. They were saying last season. So This season may be a little bit different, but here we are. Son of a gun, it's not the Glazers' money. They just load up the club's debt. There's a little bit on the argument there for Glazers versus Levy. That's an interesting debate to have. I would love to have that discussion with Manchester. I mean, any of my Man U friends that I've talked to about it, they've always said how much they hate the Glazers, et cetera, but and that Levy is more tight with the money, but is more prone to maybe holding on to his cards a little tighter. And look what happened. We got the most out of the Harry Kane deal. So big up Golden Hammer. Don't worry. You probably get pelters here. You're welcome here as the host of this channel. You are very much welcome here to talk your shit. That you have that right. You won the conference, the European Conference League. You won it. I personally, the first year it happened when we were in it, I wanted to win it very badly. So respect where respect is needed. But what's up with them bubbles? What's up with them bubbles? Why y'all got them bubbles, man? Somebody need to explain to me. And then y'all put it on your shirt too. Like, what's going on with this bubble machine, man? That's hilarious. I'm telling you, even in the South, bro, we don't. Back before internet and shit, bubbles weren't cool all the time. I don't know. Hoyland for 60 says Bodrul. That's a new name in the chat. Big up Bodrul. Bodrul or Bodrul. I don't know how to say your name, but hopefully I didn't butcher it like 6 times in a row. Glazers over Levy. Excuse the language, but absolutely no fucking way, says Derek Smith. No need to excuse the language. No need at all. Bardistas says, yeah, 60 bags for Casemiro and Hoyland, respectively or combined. 60 bags for Casemiro and Hoyland ain't bad if it's like a package. If you spent 30 each or 40, 20 or whatever. We also spent 90 on Maguire. Well, that was a long time ago. But I mean, that's still y'all's owners. So that's an interesting thought. Big up Phil Coy's in the house. Says, big up Jacob, 2 days till Ange Ball. Come on. Coys. Big up Phil Coy's. One of the few. For the rival fans in here, I do want to know. Comments have been coming out. Things have been said. Best center back in the world by the Argentinian GOAT. What do we say about that? Rivals weren't talking to me nicely last season about Christian Romero. I want to know, are the rivals talking to me nicely now? Do the rivals want to talk nicely about Christian Romero? What are the thoughts here? I do need to know. This was not even a topic I had planned for today. But since there are some rival fans in the house, some unbiased opinions, maybe I'm blinded by the light, so to speak. Maybe I'm blinded by the love, so to speak. Maybe I'm blinded by the support. Maybe I'm blinded by the man that is Christian Romero. Maybe. Maybe not. But my point being, Phil Coy's, shout out to you, because you were one of the very few who held strong in your belief of Christian Romero, the GOAT. The GOAT. The GOAT said he's the GOAT. What am I supposed to say? I know more about football than Lionel Messi. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Is that what I was supposed to say? Come on. Oh, my goodness. Way behind in the chat. Wow. Andrew Seymour in the house. Big up. Unknown Tomato in the house. Big up. Big up Ian McKenna. Scott M says, there isn't a worse owner in sports, even if you bring back Mike Ashley over Levy Enoch. Interesting. Scott, that's their opinion there. Let me take this picture down of Christian Romero. I didn't mean to leave that out. Oh, where did this one come from? Whoops. Where did that one go? Oops. Anyway, that was not what I was coming here to talk about. But I do want to know where the rival fans kind of fall on the Christian Romero side, because honestly, the GOAT said he's the GOAT. Who knows more than Lionel Messi? I did a whole shameless ass video about this when Messi first said the quotes. It was shameless as hell, I admit. But I don't take back a single word that I said. Big up Cursor in the house. Like secured. As a neutral, I'd love to Ange Ball dunk on Arsenal. I'd love to see Ange Ball dunk on Arsenal just for the AFTV fallout, to be honest. Big up Baristas. Baristas? I don't know how to say your name, my friend. But big up. Glad you're here over from the NAVF raid. Never a foul. I would love to see a dunk on it too. I don't know what else to say about that. I agree. Baristas. I agree. How on earth did you end up supporting Spuds from all that way away? Because we're the best club in the world, man. That's just that. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, easily. Best club around. Thank you, Zapur. Another American who knows It's just the best club to love. Come on now. Cursor's in the house. Big up. Avon says, if we could get 2 players in January, who would your top 2 transfer target? Who are your top 2 transfer targets? That's a great question. I'm going to star that and bring it up. I'm trying to catch up in the chat. Make sure I say hello to every single person in the house. Elvis G, I think I said hello to you. Chelsea Blue and Blues in the house. Big up Chelsea Blue and Blue. Good day. New Spur from Melbourne, Australia. Big up Michael Teague. Hope you are well, sir. Good morning. It is early in the morning for you. Hope you have a caffeinated beverage. Getting your day started off right with some United Spurs of America. Talk to me nicely. Golden Hammer at Jacob. It was on Matisse's channel. Sava got all worked up and lost it, and Lawless wasn't even giving his best. Interesting. I can't speak on the debate because I did not see it, but I like Sava. He's a very good guy. He's very good, helpful to the channel as well. I'll have to check that out. I am subscribed to Matisse. That's a big channel. I'll go check that out. I missed my 2K accumulator because of that Lanzini goal. That's who did it. Okay, I saw the name Lanzini brought up somewhere. I can't remember where it was, and I was like, I don't know why, but I fucking hate this guy. And then I remember that West Ham match. Fucking Lanzini, the screamer, man, that tied up that match. God, Lanzini. I'll never forget lasagna ass, motherfucker. Oh my God, sorry for the cursing for any children out there. Lee Nary, big up Lee in the house. A lot of what Kulu does goes unnoticed by the fans. He keeps the opposition busy for starters. Now, this is another thing that I've heard people talking about in regards to Kulusevski. Most distance covered in the Premier League this season. This is what made me bring up the topic today for today's show, which was, am I sleeping on him? Am I too harsh on the kid? I've always said I want him to prove me wrong, but I'm so interested to see, if he could do any more for us. Maybe I'm asking too much, trying to squeeze too much juice out the lemon. I don't know. But you're right. There are, Sean from Spurs Talk Show, he's also gone on to talk about how defensively Kulusevski does put in the work and winning ground duels, winning ball back for us in our half, covering distance, so he's willing to put in the work. Maybe Brendan Johnson's the perfect super sub on the right after Kulusevski's done 65 minutes of work. Maybe that's the way it needs to go. I don't know. We will see. Time will tell. Baristas. Oh, yeah. We absolutely got our pants pulled down from... Oh, there we go. You're a United fan. Okay. Chelsea laughing all the way to Brighton for Caicedo. Yo, Chelsea pulled a quick double on you and Arsenal. Kai Havertz for 65. Mason Mount for 60. Y'all were talking to Chelsea real nice, helping offload their bullshit. What position... What is Mount's best position? What is Kai Havertz's best position? We signed James Maddison for half that price. We sent Winks the other way for 10. We did a good bit of business right there. And I said it shamelessly all the way to the bank, my friend, that I think we got the signing of the summer personally with James Maddison. Dana Jacks, do you think Ali should have been part of the nominees for best goalkeeper? Ali's son? Like Allison from Liverpool? I didn't see the list for the nominees for best goalkeeper from FIFA. I saw Fabrizio tweeting all that shit out. I saw Ainge get nominated. I don't like to read too much into them awards and shit. A lot of those are skewed based on whose pockets are fattest. Injuries aside, Casemiro can't talk to Kante. Kante is the best in his position in the world. Was the best in his position in the world. Cursor was. The man did. He was. Joshua says, Jacob, did you see DR Sports combined 11 for Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs? No, I did not. Tell me what it was. I'm curious to know. Derek Smith talking about 9 changes against Fulham doesn't bother me. Put 2 or 3 of those players in the first team. We'll do just fine. Plus we have Bentancur and Hill, who will be brilliant to come back. I hope you're right. Brian Hill and Kulusevski are 2 folk that need to prove me wrong. Richarlison, I need him to prove me wrong. I need these folks to prove me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. Is Kuti your man crush, Jacob? If he wasn't, he is now. If he wasn't before, he definitely is now. Like, look, when Romero first came to us, it was just like, wow, I love this guy. And then it was like, dang, this is tough, but he plays next to shit. And that's what I always said. But apparently that argument wasn't good enough. And then now you put him next to a competent defender, he does all right. Now, what I like is that we're seeing the Romero playing true to himself. The way he plays for Argentina is how I'm seeing him play for Tottenham Hotspur. I like that a lot. When you have a guy come in, like there has been like Josko Vardiol just had a quote, and he talked about where when he played versus PSG, Messi wasn't hard to handle at all. But playing Messi versus Argentina was different because of the role that he played there. Now, I know it's Argentina, and Argentinians get all worked up, hot and bothered, wet and sweaty when it comes to their national team. But my point being is, if we can use the beast that we see for the national team, the guy that have a perfect match for Argentina, that has the GOAT of the sport, the GOAT of my generation anyway, come and say this guy's the best in the world. Again, some people may say it's Argentinians hyping up an Argentinian. My wife said that when I told her what happened. She said, oh, I told her, hey, look, Messi said Romero's the best defender. That's why I should get his shirt. That's why you should let me buy his shirt online. And she was like, well, where does Romero play for his national club? Is it Argentina? And I was like, yeah. She was, there you go. Messi, of course, is going to say he's the best. Well, he would never say he's not the best. So come on. I don't know. It's an interesting conversation. For the shamelessness of it, I love the fact that Messi said it, because you telling me you know more than the GOAT of the sport. You telling me you know more than Lionel Messi about the sport. What are we doing here? Cryinal Messi. I don't know what that means. Someone say Mike Ashley. And a Toon fan showed up. Big up Toon Trev. Yeah, he was brought up. Mike Ashley has been the worst owner in Premier League history, says Chris Peters. Big up Toon Trev in the house. Shout him out. Appreciate all the rivals here. Hit that like one time if you don't mind, or don't. Hit the dislike. Tell me how you feel. But if you do want to help the channel grow in a free way, I do appreciate y'all hitting that like, hitting that subscribe. Anybody new, partaking in that poll, chiming in the chat, all helps the show, the channel. It all makes the fight against the algorithm. The algorithm is like the machine, and we got to feed the machine, but we also must beat the machine. And in order to beat the machine, we got to get to 150 likes. Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. Let's see. Spuds are obviously not the best club, though. Why did you pick them, says Ian McKenna. They are the best club, man. Come on. They are the best club. I maybe not lately. Maybe not lately. But you know what? That's just going to make it so much better when we do win, because I've experienced all of the lows for years and years. Ryman Son, let's get an AFT fuckboy on this for the upcoming derby. I don't know any of them, or I would invite them onto the channel. But if anyone knows any of them, I wouldn't call them a fuckboy. I would just say, do you want to come on the channel and talk about the match coming up? Is what I would say. Because, again, I like immaculate vibes. I don't want to talk shit on somebody. I don't know what they like. RVP. Robin Van Persie is the best ever. Robin Van Persie is a bad boy. Bad motherfucker. I'm an Arsenal fan, but Romero doesn't deserve the hate he gets from some of the Spurs fans. But I won't take him over Saliva or Gabriella. And yes, Gabriella is so underrated due to his early career mistakes. Look, y'all have a good back line. I like Ben White personally. I followed Leeds. I like Ben White from what I saw the profile. He's pretty versatile, can play two positions. I like players that are versatile in that sense. He can play right back. He can play right-sided center back. Honestly, I would take Romero. I would take, this is, again, I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm not fucking biased. I am biased, but I just think Romero's better than them. I love the way he goes in on people. Maybe I don't watch Arsenal. Maybe I don't watch these two enough for Arsenal, but I always try to catch an Arsenal match if I can. And anytime I see them, they just don't bring that same boner to the match. There's probably a more elegant way to say it. I fully admit that, but at the moment, all I can say is, like, when Romero plays, he literally gets me up out of my seat. He makes me want to be violent to the wall. I have a punching bag, and he makes me want to just be violent to the bag. I just love watching him play. There's just something about when he goes in. What he did to Haaland, I know he got the red card. He got sent off versus City last year when they played us at home. But my whole thought process, RVP, if I may, in regards to Christian Romero, I'm going to go full screen for this too. You already know. I feel like Romero took Haaland out that game. Haaland, the eventual Golden Boot winner, the guy, the robot, no emotion, the bastard. He went out there in the 17th minute, fucking blow, got that yellow. Yes, he did get that yellow, and I'm not upset about it, because honestly, he took him out the match. You make a guy think twice about cutting in the middle, cutting through your lane, etc. You make them act different. Now, when I played the sport, I was a madman behind the sticks. I was crazy. That's why I like Vicario Sicario so much, because he's fucking crazy. And I like that. And Romero he's kind of crazy, but he's dialing in the crazy with the talent at this. It's almost the perfect Christian Romero storm right now of craziness, rashness, cut your fucking head off, to I'm now a vice captain, I'm a leader, I am looked up upon because the youth is now coming through this squad. So he must, when there's kids around, I'm probably not going to say a bunch of shit that I would say on stream, because that's just ludicrous. I will hold myself to a higher standard. So my thought process with Christian Romero is, now that he's a vice captain, that's going to make him be a better role model, a leader, but still have that crazy. And once he can turn that into the best little, it's going to be such a fucking orgasm sandwich, man. But big up RVP, Arsenal fan in the house. I know I did kind of take your comment and delve into it, but big shout out and respect to Robin van Persie. I enjoyed watching him play for Netherlands, I'll say that much. You could have picked Real Madrid or Bayern. I could have been like everybody, Ian. I could have been like everybody who done Tom, Dick, and Harry I could have been a City fan. I could have been a Liverpool fan. I could have been a United fan. Yeah, I could have. But I didn't want to pick. I'm not that guy. I'm not, anybody in the States, who's like a Golden State Warriors fan, you always got to ask, are you from California? Or are you just a fan because they're doing well? I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that guy that's going to be like, oh, let me get my knee pads out for the champions. No, fuck that. I want the underdog. I want the guy, the not so shined upon, to step up and be the man. That's why I picked Ian. Also because Michael, the co-host of this show, that he's a bastard. That's why. Derek Smith, as Hotspur Hippie says, Tottenham Hotspur, the greatest team the world has ever seen. So Jacob had no choice. Spurs were always the only ones. Apologies for talking to you, Jacob. For talking for you. No, you hit the nail on the head. And that's why I love Paul Hotspur Hippie. He's always here, and he always spits it, and he's been through it, and he's seen it. And he was also the first person to ever mention the name ANGE POSTECOGLOU to me. So shout out to Hotspur Hippie. Good reference there. King Dom, when Messi wins 3 World Cups, has opposition fans riot after being sent off, then brought back on, and causes a ceasefire and civil war, he can be considered the GOAT. I don't know what player you're referencing that did all of this. Oh, Pele? Must have been Pele. Surely he's the only one with 3 World Cups, right? Jacob, it was 10 Arsenal players and Reece James right back. They're underestimating Spurs. Oh, wow. The combined 11 was 10 Arsenal players and Reece James. Reece James isn't even playing right now. How is it all time? Or is it like the best of right now, or like the most informed? Because come on, why are they doing that to me? That's messed up. Mike Ashley, Mount 6, Madison 10. Spurs are doing better transfer business now. Absolutely. Big up Tone Trev. Like Big Dan Burn. What a big lad. Big Dan Burn indeed. 1955. I don't know what y'all are talking about. What are y'all talking about? Dan Burn can dance, and he's horribly underrated. Maybe. I rate him. I liked him at Brighton. Thought he was all right. Set a light to the punching bag, Romero. Let's see what Golden Hammer says. He's not even talking to me, but says, nobody's underestimating Spurs. Even West Ham are better. Like Alvarez, Basuma. I would take Basuma. Bowen or Kulu. I'd probably take Bowen. Antonio or Richarlison. I'd take Antonio. James Ward-Prowse or Madison. Oi, 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 Madison. What are we doing here? And a Gerd. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Who's a Gerd? I don't want him over Van de Veen. You got Zuma. I'd take Romero over Zuma. What are we doing here? There's only one. No, 2. There's 2 of those that you mentioned, Golden Hammer, that I'd actually take your player. And that's Antonio and Bowen. But Spurs fans will probably mud me because of my Kulu takes. But that's what the question of today is. Again, how many votes we got? Well, let's see what the wider representation is with 113 votes. 38% says he has slept on and will come good. So we're still saying he's going to be good. But 30% now says 50-50 on if he will actually be a good player. Interesting indeed. Derek Smith says, love that you get rival fans watching your show, Jacob. Kudos to you. Banter, but no hate. We all love our own clubs. Fight. Don't you? I'm not going to do it. Fight and win. Okay, I did it. There you go. Well, you'd be the first City fan, to be honest. That's not true. I know a lot of American fans that are fans of City just because of Pep Guardiola. Glory Hunter says Drula, no doubt. Big up Drula. First time seeing your chat in here. Callum Roach says, I'm the same, Jacob. When I was into the NFL in the 90s, after playing Madden, I picked Detroit Lions as my team because of Barry Sanders. He was the Chris Waddle of the NFL. The Detroit Lions are ass cheeks. They're actually okay now, but like as a franchise, they have been awful. But Barry Sanders was arguably the GOAT of the running back position. A gourd. I don't know what that means, Ian. What is a gourd? Golden Hammer, you have a better squad now, to be fair. I don't know about better overall, but there are some pieces that I would definitely like from West Ham. They have a better squad than they had last season, but I don't know about better squad overall. That's some crazy talk, Joshua. Big up Ozan. Big up Jacob. Big up. Hope you're well. Ozan Quebec. Yes, he played center back. There you go. My chat wasn't working. No worries, Jula. Hope you're well. My nephew from Atlanta, only 22, is a Man City fan. So I'm saying this: the young fans are grabbing onto City because they're winning everything. So they're becoming a very well supported club over here in the States, anyway. Let's see here. I got this starred from Avon about 20 minutes ago. Said, if we could get 2 players in January, who are your top 2 transfer targets? I wouldn't mind if we went ahead and got that GIF Orban deal done. See where he can fit in with us. That'd be nice to have him. I would also, but before that, I would like to get another center back in. I know we got this Croatian kid, this 16-year-old Croatian kid. He's going to join us in 2025, but gotta get a center back. Gotta get someone to fill in between Christian Romero, Van de Veen, and then Ashley Phillips. Because honestly, Ashley Phillips is over Dyer. Dyer is my last option. We need another player to. Hopefully, we can get Dyer gone and bring in another center back. That would be nice. Yeah, that young kid, he ain't going to be here for 2 years. So we got to find someone who's willing to be a backup, willing to be the Davinson Sanchez. Ozan says, do you play the cello like Yo-Yo Ma? No, Yo-Yo Ma is the GOAT of cello. So even if I was trained in the cello, I would never claim to play like Yo-Yo Ma because, quite frankly, he's the GOAT. So no, I don't. That is my wife's cello. We share the studio. That is my dog, though. My wife and I's dog. His name's Chewy. He's deaf. He won't hear me. Hey, Chewy. See, he's deaf. So there you go. Let's see. That kid is a giant, Ian. Lewis Dunk looks good. He's a huge... I like me a big defender, man. I like a big defender. I like a big striker. Lewis Dunk's a big boy. That kid's a giant. I should pick a center back, but Orban and Ezzy, I would love it too, but we need a center back. Give me either or and a center back. I'll be happy with that in January. Hammerboy didn't mention Ugodi, Poro, or Sun. Interesting that. But of course, we all know the answer to that. The last bit of business I want to share with y'all, actually, for some people, it's triggering. Wait a minute. Before I do that, let me do this. Just because we were talking about Christian Romero, former Argentina midfielder Jorge Burachanga, I don't even know if that's how you say his name, Jorge Burachanga, on Tottenham defender Christian Romero says, quote, they say Virgil van Dijk and tell me he's the best defender in the world. Christian Romero is 10 times better. If you look at the best defenders, they are not fast. Kuti has balance and speed. He is extraordinary. Not just ordinary, extraordinary. Christian Romero. I had that. I did want to share that before we moved on to a little bit of thing that might trigger some people. Might not. Don't know. But what I will say is, you know what? I love you so much, Kuti. I love you. And everyone loves you. And that's so good to see people loving on Kuti Romero again. Because honestly, it was getting very tiring last season. Or honestly, really wasn't like this over the moon about... I really wasn't this over the moon about Christian Romero that last season. But I just saw so many of our fans going after him. I thought to myself, this is crazy. Surely, but don't call me Shirley. Someone's got to stand up for this man because he's not as bad as they're trying to make me think he is. So clearly when that started happening, I had to do something about it. So that's when I started going in and defending my man, Cuti Romero. So big up to those of you like Phil P. Not Phil P. Phil Coys. He was always on the train there. How's that young lad coming on, Dane Scarlett? He has been loaned again now to Ipswich. Dane Scarlett has been loaned to Ipswich, so don't know how he's doing. Haven't gotten any links yet. Drula says, we are linked to Chalobah. Sorry if I spelled that wrong. Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea would be a good shout. Apparently he's being iced out. They're giving him the Eric Dyer treatment. You know what I say to that? LOL. Bring him on. Bring him down. I don't think we'll get him. He'll probably go somewhere else before us. I know Liverpool, we're talking about wanting to get him as well. So Liverpool might be the ones to go ahead and do that. Avian says, is Ugodi better than Prime Rose? It's been 4 games. But he might be. It's only been 4 games, but he might be. I don't want to tote the horn too quickly, but toodle-doo, I'm going to say he might be. Yeah, he absolutely might be. I love him so much. I watched Udinese last season as my Serie A team, and honestly, loved him. But yeah, man, come on. What's not to like from Ugodi? It's just been 4 matches, so people like me fall in love a little soon. But the last bit of business I wanted to talk about, I wanted to get everyone's vibes on this. Obviously, Ange Postecoglou, this is something I had start as well. Ange Postecoglou's key message to Spurs players has been that the dressing room is their space and that he wants the players to drive the cultural changes needed at the club. Unless the situation becomes unsalvageable, it is up to Captain Son Heung-min and his deputies, James Maddison and Christian Romero. They're the ones left to sort anything out. So that shows that Ange Postecoglou setting the tone. I like the way that he's letting the locker room be their room. He ain't intruding. He ain't big papa. He ain't daddy of that. So let them have their space, and I like that. But this is the last thing. Obviously, I saw this morning. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is the official, quote, home of the NFL in the UK with a minimum of 2 games per season after Tottenham Hotspur expanded their partnership with the NFL until 2030. What are you doing, Chewy? You okay? I hope you're okay. Interesting that. But there you are. I wonder what we think about that. Tottenham Hotspur, NFL, basically extending what's already there. I think it's good from a global perspective because it gets the name Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the names in the mouths of Americans. I remember the first time I heard Jerry Jones mention the name Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I was like, whoa, that's fucking outlandish. I've never heard that man mention anything about Tottenham. And he was talking about how great of a place it was and how he likes, he wants the Cowboys to host a match there, and he's grateful that the NFL has a partnership with Tottenham. And I remember hearing that on my way to work one time when I was in America, just like, damn, we are out here. We international, baby. Come on. Ozan says, keep an eye out for talented young center back from Atalanta in Serie A named Giorgio Scalvini, 6'5" and quick. I've actually heard this name before, Scalvini, so maybe they were talking about the same guy, but I like a big, tall, fast defender. Dana Jack says, the proof is in the pudding, and we shall see his defensive skill when it comes to the big 6, to be honest, but good on him. I agree. He may not have been tested as much as some people would have wanted him to be tested thus far. Granted, the biggest club that we've played so far was Manchester United, and they were awful. They are in the mud. So some people have said, let's wait till we see Arsenal. Let's wait till we see Liverpool until we start saying this and this, that Destiny is a Ugodi, not a Udogi. That Van de Veen is Big Dicky Mickey, not Little Shrively Mickey. So let's see. It does remain to be seen. I'm just trying to not get too ahead of myself, but damn it, it's so easy to. Absolutely so easy to. Ian McKenna says, surprised you guys didn't just splash the Kane money on Evan Ferguson. What were they quoted at? 150 was their price right now? Yeah, Daniel Levy's never going to drop that cash on one player. No way. I just don't see that happening. Whenever I go to others, Spurs for Life says, Big up Spurs for life. Whenever I go to other streams, fans of other top 5 clubs don't want Spurs to be put into the same category as them. They really ridicule us and consider us a small club. It's so irritating. What I would say to that, Spurs for life, is let them sleep. Because while they sleep, Spurs gonna eat. And that's just the bottom line, baby. When it comes down to it, I have no doubt in my mind that everybody needs to, everybody who's sleeping on us will wake up eventually and just be like, oh shit, here comes Tottenham Hotspur and ANGE POSTECOGLOU. Absolutely 110%, my friend. Milton Nobrega in the house. Hi, Jacob and everyone in the chat. Have a great day or night. Good morning, Milton, out there in Wollongong, Australia. I hope you're doing well. Derek Smith, the whole team was pants last season. You put the right manager in place and look what happens. Romero, excellent. Basuma, excellent. Sarr, excellent. We are starting to dance, people. Big up, Derek Smith. Metal Face Doom says, big up, Jacob. Big up, Metal Face Doom. Hope you're keeping well. Ian McKenna says, Evan Ferguson is the next Shearer, in my opinion. Love the lad. So you're saying he's gonna be a big deal. He's a big, strong striker. What's not to like about the kid? Got a hat trick the same day as Sonny and Holland. What a day for him. Absorbent amount of price to go for him, man. Absorbent amount of price. Ian says, would love him at the tune over Isaac. So you taking Ferguson over Isaac? Isaac's a hell of a striker too. Ensman TV, big up Ensman. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully we can link up when we come to play them Liverpool boys. But big up, says big up, bro. Have a great stream. Appreciate that, my friend. Why they call us Spuds though? I think it's fun for them. I think it's just fun for them to have a word that they think is funny. Jacob, are you a Messi guy or a Ronaldo guy? I'm a Lionel Messi guy. But personally, out of the two, I pick Zlatan Ibrahimovic 100% of the time because I love me some fucking Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I love anytime people would say, are you a Messi or Ronaldo? Obviously, if I have to pick between the two, I'm going to say Messi just because I feel like he impacted the squad positively more. And he impacted the squad in a more positive manner than Ronaldo. Ronaldo was like, just give me the ball, let me do my thing kind of guy. Whereas I feel like Messi was like, I'm going to do my thing and incorporate you. So I respect that as a team. I would have loved to play with Messi more than I would have loved to play with Cristiano Ronaldo. Not to take anything away. Ronaldo's a great competitor, et cetera, but Zlatan Ibrahimovic over the two. I wouldn't have wanted to play with Zlatan on my team, but just damn it, I admire the man. So much fun to watch. Steady as Shark. I'd even argue that our football looks better than City's right now. Whether we can sustain it, who knows? We know City likes to start off a little slow. I don't know if we look better necessarily. We're not as boring because they've had some boring matches. I know that. There was a City match I was watching. I was like, this is boring. They got that goal late, and then they got that one goal late, and then they just moved on from it. But yeah, so I did have this. Obviously, I can't not mention it. ANGE POSTECOGLOU nominated for FIFA's Best Men's Coach Award. Again, I don't put too much stock in these kind of things because I just think that most polling systems are corrupt. That's just my personal belief there. But that's going to do it, y'all. Episode number 51 here of the Untitled series on United Spurs of America. Chewy's had enough. He said 2 hours of laying in my spot. I have to get up. So there he goes. He is gone. But I do want to say a big and special thank you to the 4 people who have subscribed. I just checked. We have 4 new subs. So shout out to the 4s of you that did subscribe to the channel. I also want to say a big special shout out to the 131 of you who liked the video as well. Big shout out to the 123 of you who participated in the poll. So let me go ahead and end that poll because the winner of the day is at 37%. It says KULUSEVSKI is slept on and he will come good. And then 2% says 50-50 on if he's even going to be a good player. And 22% says no doubt he will be fantastic for us. So Spurs fans seem to think that this KULUSEVSKI guy is going to be the one to be one to be great for us. Oh, look at that. 2 more subs. Big shout out. 6 new subs on the channel. Shout out. Appreciate you. 2 people heard me shout out the 4 and they said, let me sub to the channel. Fucking thank you. I appreciate that. Hitting that like, hitting that subscribe. It's absolutely free to do. Goes a long way for the channel and means a lot to me personally. So if you want to do all that, do it free. Absolutely cost you nothing. Cost you just couple seconds there of the clickety. I'm going here to see if there's a beautiful person I can send you to after this because I just received the love from Shelfside Spurs Show and from Never a Foul today. So I want to say thank you to both of them. And I also want to see if there's any other channels that are going to be live right now that I can send you to with some beautiful people. So hopefully I can do that here without breaking up the show and disrupting things. But it looks like there's no one live at the moment. So that will be it. That will be all I've got for you. But I hope you are well. I hope you are blessed. I also want to say special thank you to Moondog hitting us with the 2 super chats of the day. And also special shout out to your son, Charlie, out there, Moondog. I appreciate you being here. Much love to you. And then also big up Shafay for grabbing their membership 3 months in a row. Big up Jacob. Ange Ball is nearly back. Absolutely indeedy. And I can't not wait. Big up to Chewy, says Ozone. Big up. Appreciate that. Dub Shaman, I agree. I think we are more fun to watch. Thanks for a great night. Great as usual. Big up Chris Peters. Appreciate you supporting the channel above and beyond. Nice one, Jacob and all, says Daniel Field. Big up Daniel Field. 5 stars from Derek Smith. We are 5 out of 5 stars. Hopefully it's not 5 out of 10, but he says 5 stars is normal. Jacob, love the show, mate. Big up. Appreciate you being here. Immaculate vibes as always. That is the standard. That is absolutely the standard. Dub Shaman, with Ange we are spuds, you like picking up new fans on a scale right now. Big up Mile High Hotspur. Big up Leo. Hope you're well, my friend. Big ups indeed. Hope you're keeping well. Have a great night, everyone. From Bobby K. Australian Gooner. Big shout out to the Australian Gooner. I just want you to know you may be a Gooner, but love a kangaroo. Don't eat it. Love a kangaroo. Don't eat it. I know what y'all do out there to them kangaroos, Australian Gooner. You be nice now. You love a kangaroo. I follow the Kangaroo Sanctuary on Instagram. They were the home of the infamous kangaroo Roger. R.I.P. Roger, if you know. If you know, you know. So R.I.P. Roger every single time. Big up. Ian says, nice stream. I feel I can be here without being antagonized. Of course. Banter is always welcome, man. Cal says, have a good one. Hope you have a good one as well, my friend. Kangaroos are vicious as fuck. I know, but I would love one. I would hug one. I would love one. Would never eat them. They are friends, not food. Is it the fear of our backline being left so open? There are moments in which they look shoddy, for sure. But that's going to do it. Last question there before I end off. There's still over 120 of y'all in the house. Please do hit that like if you haven't already. Over 135 likes, 136 likes. Nothing to complain about on my end. So that is going to do it here for the show. I hope y'all are feeling blessed. But as always, I will be back tomorrow. So anyone who's around the same time tomorrow, got a show. We'll be previewing the Sheffield United match on the following day. So please do come back, say what's up. It's always good vibes here. Excuse me, not good vibes. Fuck good vibes. We got them immaculate vibes, okay? We only operate with immaculate vibes. Oh, well, real quick. I just see there's 5 new subscribers on top of the 6 that I just said welcome. So that is in total 11 people have subscribed to the channel since this show has started. So let me say to the 11 of you, thank you so much. Thank you. It means a lot to the channel. It's absolutely free. You are helping the channel tremendously, so I can't thank you enough. Really, I'm going to end the show before I just keep saying fucking thank you, thank you, thank you. But I hope you know I feel the love tonight. Not like the sexy way, but like I just appreciate y'all being here. Again, shout out Kaz with the Never Foul Boys. And shout out to Shelfside Spurs Show, sending that redirect on over as well. Before I let you go, I want to give you one last haunting image. There it is. Antonio Postecoglou. If that doesn't haunt your nightmares tonight, I don't know what will. I don't know why. It's getting the Halloween season's coming around, so I want to be spooky. And then plus a few people said that this picture really creeped them out. So I thought it'd be a fun little thing to show you before I say goodbye. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why I'm showing it to you, but there it is nonetheless. Anyways, as always, I hope all of y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, you up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. And as always, quiz.
United Spurs of America,